I'm in the backseat of her car. And then after like 25 minutes, we're sitting there and I'm like, okay, we're getting you married today. She's like, how? I'm like, I just got ordained. She's like, no, you did not.
1 alcohol for me, please.
Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, oh man. And I'm like, guys, that is adorable, but no.
What is the Macarena of drinks? You weren't using a samurai sword to cut the ice.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I wasn't able to, get the samurai sword that day.
Welcome to the Not A Panda Podcast. Today, we have our guest, Nicole, from Citrus and Sage Mobile Bar. And thank you so much for having made the time to come and meet with me here. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Go ahead and tell us about what people should know about you as a snapshot about like what you do, who you are, that kind of thing. Like introduce yourself.
Sure. So Nicole, Citrus and Sage Mobile Bar, originally from Chicago.
Okay.
Moved to Florida 10 years ago.
Jump away.
Yes, yeah. Just a quick little jump.
Yeah.
Moved here 11 years ago now. And just kind of soaking it all in and delving my feet into all of Florida and seeing how it all kind of meshed with me.
Yeah.
Citrus and Sage started 10 months ago.
Okay. Wow. Yes. It's a baby business.
It's a baby. Yes. It's still growing and developing. But I started it because being a Latin woman, we have a lot of parties growing up.
Yep, absolutely.
We find a party for anything.
Mm-hmm. And the parties last forever.
Forever. But usually, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, everyone's chipping in, which is great. Don't get me wrong. It gives a great vibe. Everyone's involved. We're all having music's playing. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
But as we got older and our, aunts and uncles and parents are getting older, that's not as affluent anymore, So they're always doing it. They're not having those memories,
right?
Because they're busy behind the cooking, in the kitchen cooking, or dad's taking care of uncles or whatever, and everyone's kind of divided at some point. It starts to separate a little bit. And I was like, God, it kind of sucks that mom didn't get to experience this memory with this person or that person because she was busy in the kitchen,
right,
cooking or making drinks or whatever. So that was one reason why I did it, because I was like, it would be nice to be able to contribute to someone's amazing event and make sure that part of it at least is cared for.
Right.
They don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because it's like, of course, you can serve your own drinks and stuff.
Absolutely.
But if you can take that off of yourself, continue. But I've got something to say about that part for sure.
And then as well as, I actually, my background is in operations. And I've been doing that since I was, early 20s. And I've always been helping companies, small, large, make their money and build their businesses. But I never had something for myself.
Right.
And I was like, I need to start something for myself. I have all this, education and knowledge and all this way to do things. Why don't I do it for myself and do something creative?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shoot. No, that's awesome. And I can definitely see just in the logo alone that you have that kind of like more creative spark to it that it looks like you approach things from a different perspective than just like Nicole's, mobile bar or something. Like you had some more flavor to the naming convention. So I'm going to ask you about the name, but first, regarding what you were saying a second ago, one of the things that I'll say to especially wedding customers is I'll tell them, hey, what I want for you is I want you to feel like you're allowed to be a passenger at your wedding and not the driver.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm coming from on that.
100%. I mean, not even just, like I said, backyard things where it's a backyard gathering, which there's plenty of those. There's, people are like, well, I don't want to rent a hall because I'm having a retirement party. That's no problem.
Right.
I can come to your backyard. That's the great part about being a mobile bartender. You don't have to have any kind of setup. I bring it to you.
Right. Yep.
So, if it's something small, people are like, oh, I don't need that. You can. Absolutely. It doesn't have to be a big, extravagant, bar. Right. It could be simple. You just want beer and wine served and you want to feel like a prince or a princess for the day and don't have to have anything. I'll take care of you.
And also to not feel like you're the one who's like solely responsible for maintaining like your guests' alcohol levels.
That's the other thing, I want y'all to have fun, but then I can kind of be like, okay, it's that time.
Right. You are quickly approaching the no longer fun zone.
Exactly. I'm like, it's time for Nicole to go and y'all to finish your evening.
Yep. Okay, so the longest I've ever been asked to stay at an event was until like 3 a.m. So it was somebody who their relative had some, ranch or something that was a good mile or two off of the main road. And so they had no neighbors.
Oh.
Right. And so they were just like, we're at 11, which is the time that they had originally scheduled me to. And they asked me if I could stay late. And I always tell people like, yeah, as long as you're willing to pay for me to stay late, I'm
absolutely
totally down. I'm nocturnal. So I'll stay I'll stay until sunrise if you're willing to pay for it. But, they just kept renewing it every hour. And by like 1 a.m., they were no longer really interested in dancing. And I was like, hey, I see that you guys are getting a little tired. And they're like, yeah, we just want to chill. So go ahead and just play like whatever fun music you want. And we just want you to have the atmosphere.
Background.
I was like, sure.
Why not?
I'm curious, what's the longest you would stay theoretically? Like,
theoretically, I'd say probably about midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Only because once midnight hit, usually that's when things start to flip the other way.
Right.
Especially at a wedding, especially at Uncle Bob's retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Bob can get pretty
wasted.
Pretty wasted by the time that comes, especially if I'm there already at like 5 o'clock.
Right.
It's been several hours of drinking. And usually that's when I'll say about midnight, 1 o'clock. And I have been asked at parties, hey, the taco man's not leaving for another couple hours or whatever it might be. Yeah. And I'm going, as long as you guys are eating and Taco Man staying, I will stay.
Yo, me and Taco Man, we're in this together.
We're in this together. If he's staying and feeding you, I can stay and continue serving because you're eating.
Right.
And then I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I hope, what's the liability for myself at that point?
So I wanted to ask you about citrus and sage. Why? What is that? Garnishes and like something in there?
Yeah. So citrus, of course, every really great cocktail has some sort of citrus in it.
Makes sense. Yep.
Has to be in a cocktail.
Yeah.
But sage is actually because I thought of cleansing.
Okay.
I thought of, yes, we can actually do sage in cocktails as well, but it was more of a cleansing aspect for me. Sage is a great cleansing plant. You burn it, you clear the air type of a thing. So I wanted to have a little bit of aspect of citrus for every kind of cocktail, and the cleansing aspect to be, for me, that's a reminder of constantly just cleanse yourself. This is a great experience. Kind of like before every event, I just kind of go, okay, this is amazing. I think positively. I wash away the day and I get into that mode of now it's citrus and sage time and I go about my day. So it's more of like just a cleansing reminder for me, like sage is cleansing. This is an amazing new experience. Go into it with that.
Okay. So it's kind of like what you do with sushi and the what is it, ginger, where you like try to cleanse the palate between bites to make sure that you're not like crossing that makes sense. Okay. So it's kind of that vibe where you're like, we're stepping into something that is a clean new experience. We don't have to bring any of the baggage of the day or the week or whatever's going on in the world. We can just leave that all behind and just we all get to have fun and make memories together.
Yes, 100%.
No, that's cool.
It's just a little bit of something different that I don't think people really realize about the sage aspect.
Yeah.
That they're just like, oh, sage, yeah, because you can put sage in cocktails. You can. Absolutely.
It'll definitely add a unique flavor to it for sure.
Very.
Yeah. Speaking of unique flavors, on the fun end of things, what would you say is like the most Florida of Florida drinks? Like what is a drink where people order and you're just like, oh, of course you would.
Well, first of all, margaritas go everywhere.
Oh,
that is. It doesn't even matter if it's just Florida. Margarita is, I think, a universal cocktail that everyone wants.
Right.
Whether it's glittered, whether it has strawberry, whatever it is, a margarita is always on the table.
Yeah.
But the other thing I found is pina coladas.
Okay.
And I think that's because people associate the tropical vibe with Florida.
That's what
and they automatically go, pina coladas.
Yeah.
Which is not easy if you don't have a blender and there's no plugs anywhere.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. So you're just like chopping stuff and
you can't even do it. I'm like, well, I can make you a pina colada-esque.
Right.
But it's not going to be blended.
Yeah.
And that's one thing of mobile bartending that people kind of have to remember. That's why I curate every package to the person.
Right.
Because if she doesn't say that, the wed bride or the person putting together the event doesn't say, I need a blender, there's not just going to be a blender on site.
Right. Because you're not going to bring like every piece of equipment that you could theoretically need.
Correct.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Are there times where people do ask that though, where they're just like, bring your whole setup, I don't want to have to think about it?
So that's the crazy part. Well, crazy and not. Because, I go to bars just like everybody else. It's been part of life for most people. Some aren't, but either way. You go to a bar and I always listen to what people order and to what they're wanting. And it's so crazy how many people go and go, I don't know.
They just want you to come up with something?
Yeah, they want you to come up with something. And that's good. I mean, if you have a really great bartender, that's no problem. They say, do you like something sweet? Do you like certain flavors? Cool. And we'll base something off of that. But if you go into like a mobile bartending setting and I get a bride who's like, I want you to bartend. Awesome. Let's go over are you a heavy drinker, light drinker? We ask lots of questions. I ask lots of questions. And then it's like, okay, well, what can you do? I can do anything you want. It's all about you.
Yeah. That's so funny. Okay, so the same thing goes in the DJ industry where people will ask like, what kind of music do you play? And I have to tell them, whatever you would like me to play. Like I'm not like an EDM DJ or like a country DJ. I play all the music. You just tell me what you want me to do. But
100%.
I've definitely had it where people will say like, could you play music that has the vibe of like a high-end resort beach club? And I'm like, sure, you got it.
Absolutely.
I can make that happen.
Yes.
So it's kind of the same.
It's the same thing, especially because a lot of people, I think, still, they're like, oh, mobile bar. They automatically think I come with a full bar to their home and just make stuff.
Oh, let me just go in the back and grab the keg,
And again, we can make something that way if you're not like, if some of your family is like margaritas, some like, I don't know, a rum and Coke, we can make it to where like it's a well set up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we kind of have to know that, you know what I'm saying? But what I like about what I do is that we can do that, but we can also do something special. We can elevate that event. You want to have a Manhattan with maple something, let's do it. You want smoked old fashions? Let's do that.
Yeah.
You want a mosa party? Absolutely. Let's do cranberry and, all the different things people don't even think of.
Yeah.
Let's make something special. We can do the basics. Absolutely. Yeah. But what I really enjoy.
Craft some signature drinks.
Yeah. When people are like, well, I like margaritas, but it's for baby shower. I would like my family to have pink margaritas because it's going to be a girl and they don't know it yet. Absolutely. I'll do pink glitter. And they won't know that it's a pink glitter until they get the drink and I put the pink glitter in it. Okay. And then they'll be like, why is it pink? And then you can have that great moment of saying it's for a girl because it's a baby girl. So they're like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's make it fancy.
So is there like an edible glitter? Is that?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. So much fun.
Okay.
And they come in all different colors. I've had so much fun with the glitter. It's not even funny.
See, I love creative people for that exact reason. Where it's just like that is a form of culinary art that I would just never have thought to make.
Listen, I did a wedding where both the bride and groom don't drink any alcohol, and they're like, "Well, we wanted to have a bar for our family, but also we didn't want to go crazy, and then we don't drink." And I said, "What about mocktails designed after you and your husband?" And she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, are you kidding me? What would you love? And she's like, well, I don't know. Again, I don't know thing happens. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to send you a couple recipes. You tell me if you like them or if you want to play with it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So I sent her one for peach and I sent her husband one like a berry because he likes berries. Cool. Made 2 really great cocktails, had peach rings on hers with some rosemary. And she's like, this is a mocktail? Yeah. And I'm like, yes. Right. And all her guests literally were like, beer, wine. I had everything. They're like, a mocktail. And I'm like,
I love it.
See? Yeah. You didn't even have to worry that they weren't going to be like, ew, mocktail. Right. No, let's make it fancy and cute so that they're like, I want that.
Right. They look at someone else carrying it around. They're just like, whatever that is, give me one.
And then I had a couple of people go, I want 6 of the peach and I want 5 of the berry. I'm like, you got it. Let's make it happen. So a mobile bartender doesn't always have to mean alcohol forward.
Right.
We can make it whatever you want it to be. So when you reach out to me, you're like, I don't know. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I'll find something. You know, if you want to do adult juice boxes, I can make that happen. Whatever it is, you want to do a little 90s theme party? Let's have it. You want an 80s? We can make stuff happen.
It's going to be lit.
Yes, exactly. I will name it. You know, I will make a custom bar menu if you want it. Like, we can make some really cool stuff happen.
Okay. So something that I was definitely looking forward to asking you is, what has been your favorite creative experience in the business, and then just in general? Like what's, so for the business itself, maybe like a creative drink, if not the ones you already talked about. And then in general, what's something where you're just like, I loved being a part of this creative endeavor?
So I would say in a whole creative endeavor, it's just building it.
Okay.
From the bottom up, figuring things out, kind of having to research, of course, into all the behind the scenes things that people don't realize, you know, figuring out the laws, all that. I do like that stuff as well. I've been doing that for so long. And it's like, ooh, this is something new. I didn't know about that. Making it mine is also a really special thing that I've enjoyed about it. No one to tell me, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like this color. It's like, it's all me. So I can pick the colors. I can.
You don't have to worry about brand
recognition,
consistency and recognition and stuff. It's just like, no, I am the brand.
I am it. So like that powerful feeling of it, I've enjoyed so much to just experience that. Like, no one's going to tell me no. That's my decision.
Yeah.
You know, someone could give me pointers and say, hey, you know, I noticed this. I think like it's great, but it could look awesome. I'll take the feedback. Absolutely. Anything for me to grow and develop and be better. But I've really just enjoyed being able to say yes and no to whatever it is that I want to do for it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And as far as cocktails, I really liked maple bacon old fashioned.
Okay.
So that was someone I enjoyed.
Of those words, so
I enjoyed that so much. Did of course the maple syrup for the old fashioned, but then it was the bacon, candied bacon. So I was literally in the oven making the bacon with candy. Like I was like, this is so cool and creative. And then it smelled so good.
I believe it. You're just like, I need to make an aroma for this around the house.
Like, can I make a candle out of this? I'm sure someone has made a candle out of that.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, enjoying, I said the whole developing of it. Make my own garnishes. I make my own garnishes. So if it's a dried, lemon or lime or something like that, I'll go and I'll do it myself. Nice. I'm learning how to make my own mixers. Yeah. So people who are sugar-free and don't want to have chemicals, or they don't want to have, the sugar-filled cranberry juice. Okay. Let's talk about it. Yeah. I will make the cranberry juice.
You'll just get some cranberries.
I literally have done it.
That's wild.
I have started to make my own mixers because there's for myself, I try not to drink or eat tons of sugar.
As everyone should.
And it's in everything.
Yeah.
So I started going, well, let me make for myself my own cranberry juice. And what can I put in it that's more natural? Honey or maple syrup. Or if someone is like, you can use, monk fruit sweetener. I'm okay with that. Right. Cool. And I've played around and I've made some really great cranberry juice. Yeah. So I love that part of it. I love the creation part.
I love it. Okay, so with the business that you have, what is the next step for you? Like what are you looking to expand it into, like an empire where you have like a bunch of little citrus and sage bars and stuff? Okay.
That is ultimately part of the plan. I have some friends and people I've met in my networking along the way that are like, oh yeah, I used to bartend for 20 years or 15 years. And I'm like, would you consider doing it again? And she's like, not full time, but hey, if you have a party, I could absolutely. That I love, to be able to help also people in my community who may have a full-time job but need a little extra cash here and there. If I could be that person to say, I have a gig for you, are you available to work? Yeah. And then them be able to represent me at an event would be amazing.
Right. No, that's awesome. what's the biggest that you think you would want to get with it? Would you want to go like full Starbucks, a citrus and sage in every state on every street corner? Like what
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I don't think I want to get that big. That comes with a lot of stuff.
It is for sure.
But I would definitely love to be to where I can basically be at an event every single day, every weekend, multiple events. Eventually maybe even get the truck going. Okay. So, right now I have the pop-up bar.
Yeah.
In the process of getting one built out for myself as well, a little bit fancier one for the weddings and stuff.
Yep.
But ultimately, I'd love to get like a bar, like a mobile bar as far as like either a trailer or even a smaller one, build that out and have that going to events.
That'd be cool.
Which would be really cool.
Getting to pimp out your own bar trailer.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's going to be amazing. Yeah. I can't wait for the moment that's able to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just, like I said, have a group of people that I can be like, hey, this person's going to go to this event and that person's going to go to this event and they're all covered and we're ready to jump and roll and keep going.
Yeah. No, that's super cool. Okay. So you're thinking more like a local team, maybe have a few heroes and then call it good there.
Yeah. I don't want to get too big to the point where I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah. You don't want to have to hire no regional managers.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think at that point I'm going to be like, okay, I bit off a lot.
Right. That makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. So then with the business of it, I'm sure you've worked with people who are new to bartending and just being a server in that. What has been one of the funniest things that you have seen a newbie do where you're just like, oh man, you got to watch out for that?
Honestly, the biggest thing is themselves.
Okay.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the nerves. You're going in there and you're like, oh my God.
Right. So much responsibility.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
And then for some who are like, oh my God, when it busy, what does busy look like? And then they experience that first rush at a wedding where you get the rush before everything kind of happens. Yep. You get a tiny break during the ceremony or whatever's going, and then it's just like, whew.
Yeah. Once cocktail hour happens, you're just off to the races.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you're moving nonstop. I think that first, it's not allowing your head to take over. You can do this kind of a thing, and I've had that conversation many times. Breathe, realize that you can do this.
Yeah.
No one's rushing you. You're rushing yourself.
Right. You're allowed to make mistakes, but you gotta just try your best and
jump back into it. Try your best, do your best. But I think it's always
like show business. The show must 100%. Go on. You just in stage productions, they always say that nothing's a big issue until you make a big issue out of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the biggest challenge. Even myself, when I first started, that's how it was too. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And it's anybody who I've brought on just to bartend, even a big event. I'm like, hey, come and do this with me. And they're like, yes, I'm so excited. And then they get there and I'm like, are you okay? And I can see in their face that they're so nervous.
Right.
And I'm like, just breathe.
Yeah. Take a moment, center.
Everything is fine. And then if they get overwhelmed, that's why I like to be there, especially if there's a first-time person kind of coming on board, helping me out here and there. I have to be there because I want to support them. I don't want them to feel like they're alone.
Right.
So if it's crazy and they're like, oh my God, cups are flying, whatever might be going on, okay, take a step back, go ahead and refill ice bins. I'll handle this. And then they can recollect themselves for a moment and come back to it. But it's really a mental thing. I really 100% believe. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Everybody has more potential than they even realize.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's getting over yourself, getting over that inner voice that says, I can't do this, and allowing it to win.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, so one of my favorite questions to ask on this is, what has been the craziest situation that has happened at an event so far? Like what's something where you were just not prepared? You had to really think on your feet for it.
So I had an event. It was a small event. It was just like a girls' night kind of aspect, which is awesome. I love a good girls' night and being able to give them drinks and just be a part of it. It's amazing. Same thing with the guys' night. I've had cigar nights where they're having their drinks. I'm like, this is hilarious. It is awesome. I love it. Let's go.
I'm in the poker room.
Yeah. I'm in the cave. Like,
right.
It doesn't leave me, guys, at all. Like it stays here. That's it.
Right,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's the same with me. What happens here stays here. But I actually had a situation where I was doing a girls' night. Everyone was having a great time. They actually hired a server, which I wasn't expecting. A male server.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of guessing where this is going.
That all of a sudden it turned into just, people jumping in the pool without clothes. And I was like,
okay. It's that kind of girls' night. Okay.
So I was not anticipating this. Otherwise, I would have had a waiver.
Right.
There would have been something along. It happens, though. We're all adults at that point. So I'm just like, I just smiled. I laughed. And I was like, okay, what time is it? I got 30 minutes left. And I am out of here.
Right. Yeah. I cannot be held responsible.
Yeah, I am not responsible. The waiver does not include this type of stuff. It's time for Nicole to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alcohol and pool generally doesn't go well together.
Yeah.
In most experiences.
And servers, I wasn't anticipating being there.
Right. Yeah. Also an interesting bet.
Yeah. There was a lot less clothing that I was anticipating.
Oh man. Yeah. Sometimes people can have interesting creative decisions on certain kinds of vendors.
And I'm an adult. You're an adult. What happens while I'm there stays there. My wife hears about it because that's my confidant. And I'm going, I had a great experience. And then I tell her and she's like, what?
Right.
Wait, that happened? Yes.
Really? Oh my gosh. The most in that direction something ever got for a party that I've been to was for a 50s birthday party, actually. She turned 50 and she decided she did not want her party to reflect that. So there was definitely a few male servers there as well. So that was an interesting. I was just like, oh well, that's new.
It's hard sometimes to hide it on your face because you're like, what happened?
Right.
Wait, was this supposed to happen?
Am I supposed to be here right now?
Yeah.
Is this?
Did I miss something in that email?
Yeah, right.
I hope I did.
Am I supposed to ask about this now?
Yeah, is this supposed to be a waiver, just a fine line print?
Right. If this happens.
This happens, please notify me.
Right. Is that something that you end up including in your contract now, where you'll just ask them to sign a waiver if there's a pool nearby? You're not responsible for this.
No, but I think I should.
At that point, I might think about it. Yeah, where it's like, even if they're not saying that they're gonna use the pool, if there's a pool around, you should probably have that covered, because it's like that's you don't want to guess.
Yeah, I know. My face probably said it at the beginning, like, oh, my eyes probably popped out a little bit going, what just happened?
Yeah.
And then I kind of retracted and kind of took that breathing moment, like I said, because it made me nervous. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Right.
But yeah, I might have to think about putting that in there.
It makes sense.
Little small thing, girls' nights, guys' nights. Please inform us of any special activities.
Right.
Before the event.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, I understand if you want something to be a surprise for everyone else.
Yes.
But surprising your vendors is generally not recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So when I was looking through your website, I saw the dry hire term. That was new for me. I've done a decent number of events at this point, a few hundred, but I'm still explain to me if I didn't understand correctly what dry hire is and how that works.
So dry hire mobile bartending is basically you as the client supply the alcohol, I supply everything else.
Right.
And that is because as a Florida law, dry hire state unless you have a caterer's license.
Okay.
And a caterer's license is very expensive.
Got it.
And you have to have a certain percentage of food. And because I'm not a food vendor, it's a little different for me.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, because then I would have to pile on, charcuterie or something.
Yeah.
And that's not my jam.
Right.
I know people and I partner with people who offer those services, which is great. But as far as dry hire, that's the best way for me as a small business to be able to be licensed, insured in that way and not have to have a catering license to provide food. So basically how my packages work, or when I have a consultation, I'm asking, of course, during the event, what kind of alcohol are you looking for? And then what I do is I create a shopping list for that person. So they don't have to go, well, I have to buy the alcohol. What the heck am I going to buy?
Right.
I get that all to you.
Yeah.
I tell you, okay, if you want, Pepsi products, we get all of that hashed out. I provide ice. I provide the coolers I'm going to use to store the ice in. I even have a bin that can hold wine and your water and all that to keep it cool. And I'll serve it out of there. Cups, napkins, your garnishes, your mixers, all the good little bits and pieces. I provide all of that.
They just got to provide the foundational alcohol stuff.
And people don't realize it saves them money.
Right. Well, yeah, because if you buy it, you have to charge in a way that makes it worth going out and actually spending the time to
charge the alcohol way more than it is. So if you go to ABC and you're like, oh my God, it's BOGO.
Yeah.
That's great for you.
Right.
And you have a choice of the brand and quality that you're wanting your guests to have. You're saving money while doing so.
Right. I mean, that just makes the most sense. Yeah. I've definitely had plenty of people. Are there still people who they'll ask like if they could just pay you extra to do it anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I offer then is my delivery service. Good. So I partnered with a liquor store so far in Ellington, and I'm going to be branching out to other local liquor stores. And basically what it is they have an online platform to order alcohol online. Mm-hmm. You can go online. I'll give you the list. You say this is for citrus and sage to pick up. You can put my name on there. You can pay for it. And then what I do is then you're done.
Got it.
I'll go and pick it up before the event. It'll be in my car with everything else. I show up and you're done. That's it.
So all you got to do is just pay for it. It's not that you have to bring it yourself, but that's cool. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense because there was a wedding that I was a guest for. And one of the other guests was responsible to bring the strawberries, and they did not. Having an actual responsible vendor take care of like bringing stuff is usually a better bet.
Yeah, and even I think ABC or Total Wine offers pickup. So you literally just go, okay, I want this, this, and this, and Nicole's gonna pick it up. Citrus and Sage is gonna pick it up. I walk in, I take care of the rest.
Sick.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the kind of customer first value that I think a lot of people would do well to center their business around more often, to just be proactively thinking about the customer experience and what would make, because oh my gosh, especially with weddings, they have to make so many freaking decisions already. Yes. The less they got to choose to do this, that, and the other, the better.
Yeah. And so then when I, give you your pricing and we do everything, we move along to the next step, then I send you an email that says, here are our follow-up, talks that we're going to have. And here's your alcohol list. Let me know if you need pickup, or let me know if you're going to have that at the event. And then we continue the curating the event and following up. If you have a, person who's going to be your day of wedding planner, give me that contact information from them forward. That is who I contact. You don't even have to be involved in it.
Yeah. What was your first I've made it moment when it comes to like having an established business where you're just like, this is it. This is what I wanted to have be happening right now. Like what was the first time that you had that feeling?
Honestly, it's been a lot recently. Mm-hmm. Being still fairly new, 10 months in, it's kind of like I take every little bit as kind of a win. My very first booking, I was over the moon. Yeah. I was like, yes, this is it,
We're doing it. The plane is flying.
But honestly, like having support from other local businesses that I've met along my way and having them kind of support me in any little way they can, whether it's calling my name out and saying, you should hire her.
Yeah.
To me, that's my almost feeling of like, I'm getting there. I'm getting to where I need to be because, to be recognized by people within your community and just people you work with and people that you see on an everyday basis, or not even that, like you just meet somebody and they're like, I swear I saw you on social media or something somewhere. And you're like, oh my God. Ooh, I'm excited.
I'm recognized by a stranger.
Yeah. And I had that happen recently. I was at Publix.
Really?
Yeah. And I was
what is celebrity?
And I was like, she's like, I swear I've seen your face somewhere. And I was like, I'm not sure. And she's like, are you live in this area? I said, I do. She's like, I know you from somewhere. And then I named my full-time business that I work for. And she's like, no. And then I said Citrus and Sage. She goes, the bar. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah.
What do you mean the bar?
She's like, I seen your face on social media. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm like, well, thank you.
Wow.
Like that was not.
That's a huge affirming moment. For
sure. I was like, you know my face. Kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, oh God, what did I do?
How many people know my face?
Yeah, I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know there's nothing crazy, but still kind of made me nervous. Like, where would I have been on Facebook?
Right.
But yeah, it was really awesome for just to walk through Publix in my area. And then she's like, yeah, I saw an ad or something. She's like, I said citrus and sage. And it was like, I was like, that was me. Hi. And so then I gave her a card and everything. And she was really, really sweet. I was like, thank you so much. She's like, yeah. She's like, I could definitely use your services. Like, absolutely, reach out and, see what I could do for you. But that was huge for me.
That's cool.
I was like, oh my gosh, there's something's going on out there that I didn't know was happening.
Yeah. On my side of it, I try to be extremely proactive. And one of the things that I try to do is to make sure that all of the vendors are coordinated. Because what I have found is that a lot of the times I end up being the first person to let someone know that something is happening. And I'll just be like, yes, I'm very glad that I took the time to let you know then. So what has been one of the more frustrating things that you wish more people would make sure to include you in? To be
the communication.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a wedding. And that's usually when the most frustrations happen for me. Yeah. Like the little backyard gatherings, I'm talking to you the entire time, or you're running up and like, hey, and I'm like, no problem, I got you, don't worry. But when it's a bigger event, that's where the frustration happens because someone forgot to say something to someone. And I hate that for the brides because I'm like, oh my God, who do I go to? And they're already nervous.
Yeah.
They're already anxious about everything going according to plan.
Yep.
And then I have, 7 people coming at me or someone else, and I'm going, oh no. Mm-hmm. The communication fell somewhere.
Right.
And even in the industry that I'm at in my full-time job, I'm like, it's all about communication, guys.
Yeah.
Over communicate.
Yeah. You should always assume that nobody knows what's going
knows
on.
a freaking thing.
And
even though you told me 5 times, it's okay to tell your coordinator another 5 times to make sure she tells me 5 more times.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
You just never know.
And then I can say, no problem, I got you. I've already have it done, or it's being handled, and we're done.
See, that is exactly why whenever I'm talking to someone on a personal level, I'll tell them like, you need to not take it personally when people remind you about something you already knew, because it is better to remind someone about something when they already knew about it than to not remind them and assume that they knew about it and have one of you to lose out on something because you decided that you would rather be spared the offense of being reminded about something you already knew than be spared the embarrassment of having been exposed for being ignorant of something. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the times we can just get too in our own head about how people are perceiving us, that we're like, we don't want people to see us as being weak and incompetent, and therefore we don't want to have people remind us about something because we feel like they're saying, if you didn't know about this, it is because you lack something. Right. When it's really just, you don't know what you don't know. And it's really important. Yeah. So that's exactly where I'm coming from whenever I'm working as a DJ. I'll tell the coordinator like, hey, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but I am going to be actively involved in the process of helping to coordinate the event, because as no offense to the coordinator I'm working with at the time, I have worked with coordinators who did a bad job at coordinating. Mm-hmm. So I can't assume that they know what they're doing, but I'm always so grateful when they do. Absolutely. A good coordinator is a godsend. I am always thrilled to pieces when I can actually sit back and just be like, no, they actually got it. Yeah. They actually know what's going on and they're 100%. Taking care of it. I am so thrilled. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the times I've actually even had wedding coordinators who printed out my wedding itinerary worksheet, because I have like an extraordinarily thorough detail planner for my weddings. And so it just plans literally everything I could possibly need to know. Anytime I come across a situation that I'm like, I don't feel like I was prepared enough for this situation, I'll figure out some way to put it on my planner so that like I even at this point, I have whether or not you want guests to volunteer to give a toast.
Yeah.
something you just don't really think about ahead of time.
Absolutely.
And so it happened once where I had Uncle Bob volunteer to give a toast, and he was a little bit too drunk, and so I had to cut him off early.
Always Uncle Bob.
Yeah. So he that was something that kind of tipped me off to the fact that it's like I should be prepared for unknown situations. But because of how thorough it was, I once saw a wedding planner who just had a printed copy of it, and they were following that along for the itinerary. I was like,
I had that recently happen where it was actually not technically an actual coordinator. It's not her full-time job. She had no idea. She was the best friend of the family.
An appointed coordinator.
Yep. And she had printed out the entire itinerary and gave it to me when I walked in. And I was like, oh, I like this.
Amazing.
And it literally, not only did she just like from minute to minute, like she was on it. And then she's like, okay, toast is going to happen about this around this. And I was like, because I was so seriously. And I was like, I love you for this. Like you, and she was like, afterwards, she was like, I hope I did okay. I'm like, you did amazing. I'm like,
enviably good.
Oh my God. The fact that you gave me an itinerary that I could follow. And even if it was off by a couple of minutes, as you know, in weddings, things kind of adjust. Sometimes, something might take a little longer.
Yep. Nothing ever goes straight according to plan.
But at least I had a time frame of, okay, I just heard the father speech, which she said was the champagne toast is going to come after. So we can get prepared now with opening all the bottles for when they do walk in. Hey, we're going to be ready.
Amazing.
I was so like, I really like you. Maybe you should do this full time. And she's like, no.
I would never.
She's like, I did this because this is family. She goes, other than that, there's no way.
Oh my gosh. There is always that one person who could be good at it who doesn't. There was a movie that was along those lines, older movie from an age gone by. It's the There's No Crying in Baseball movie. What was that?
I can't think of the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but so in that movie, it's about a women's baseball team and
A League of Their Own.
That one.
Yes.
Excellent job. This is what they pay you the big bucks for. So in that movie, there is an older sister character to one of the players who is literally just the best baseball player that they could have had, but she refuses because that's just not what her goals were. Likewise, in a lot of stories that have like a master of a craft story, a lot of the time it's some secluded person who's off doing their own thing and not really participating in general society. And so we see this happen all the time where you have someone who's just extremely good who, for whatever reason, they just choose not to participate. And so you have two tiers of the best. You have the best that actually participates. And then you always have some person who could just be better at it than everyone else. And they just choose to just not contribute. And it's like, man, I mean, I don't fault you for not, but darn it.
Yeah. 100%.
No, it's so funny how that happens sometimes, but yeah, that's cool when you come across a gem like that. You're just
I was like, you should.
I'm basking in greatness right now.
Yeah, and she's like, no way. She's like, one and done. This is my very first and my very last.
Yeah, this was enough to convince me that I have made the correct decision by not participating.
Yes.
Oh man.
So something else, I don't know if you saw on my website. So I kind of try to do a one-stop shop thing with my business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
So I do have vendors that like I will meet along the way and be like, hey, do you know a caterer? Yeah, I like to like build that.
Yeah, be connected.
Yeah, be connected. Because one, you're helping out another person, another business, but two, you're a one-stop shop. So no worries. You need a caterer. What kind of food are you looking for? I know X, Y, and Z. Want a DJ? Sure, no problem. Here you go. I need a officiant. I'm also an officiant.
I saw that. Yeah. So how did that happen? What's that about?
I've been a non-denominational officiant for almost 8 years now.
Okay.
It actually happened because about 8 years ago, my best friend was getting married in Chicago. And we had flown out there and she's like, we're going to go to the courthouse. We're going to get married and then we're going to have a reception. Awesome. Here we are at the courthouse and it's not open.
Oh no.
But it's supposed to be. So we're like, what happened? And she's like, oh my God, what do we do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, as the best friend, I'm going to figure out a way.
Right.
Like,
we're having this
This
wedding.
girl's having this wedding today, as best friends do.
Right.
So I literally went online to Universal Life Church and I got myself ordained. I'm in the backseat of her car.
Yeah.
And I'm getting myself ordained. And then after like 25 minutes, we're sitting there and I'm like, okay, we're getting you married today. She's like, how? I'm like, I just got ordained. She's like, no, you did not. And I was like, I did. And she's like,
oh my gosh.
What? I'm like, let's go. If this is the place isn't going to open, I'm getting you. We'll go to your event hall. I will marry you in front of everybody. And she's like, that is amazing, but you're also my bridesmaid. So how's that going to work? I'm like, we will make it work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out. And so literally, she's like, let's wait 5 more minutes. And it opened.
Amazing.
But I was like, well, now I'm ordained. And she's like, oh my God. And I was like,
it's definitely happening regardless.
Or it's happening no matter what. Yeah. So yeah, that ended up happening. It was really cool. And I got all the books for it, like everything, so that I knew what I signed up for, because I really didn't.
Right.
But then I was like, you know what? Let me find out what I can and can't do. So yeah, I'm kind of a one-stop shop. So if you want a non-denominational ceremony, if you want something that is more faith-filled, I can do that as well. That's not a problem for me. I'm a spiritual person. So if that's what you'd like to do, let's do it.
We just got to come up with the script in advance, figure out what we need to say.
And we can make it specific to you. So it's not just a book read type thing. If you like specific things, let's make that happen. I'm all about the customization and making it you.
Part of that creative mindset of yours.
Yeah, let's make it all about you. Yeah. And then I'm also a notary for Florida. So I'm technically double batch there.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing is like, even if for some reason you don't want a faith, spiritual, non-spiritual, whatever it may be, non-denominational, I'm a Florida notary. You want just a typical ceremony, you want to get one and done, let's go. I'll mix you a cocktail and I'll sign your paperwork for you and get you wed. So yeah, that's another kind of thing. I was like, you know what? I should put this into my business. Why not?
Absolutely. I mean, especially with officiation in particular, I believe, is there any limit? Like, does that expire? Do you have to renew it?
Yeah, so you have to renew it every certain amount of years.
Gotcha.
I'm not at my expiry date yet. Did renew my notary license. I do that everything 5 years.
Gotcha.
In general. But yeah, I was like, this is a cool little something, because I run into people who are like, I want to get married this weekend.
Right.
Okay.
Doable.
Cool. That's doable. What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? I don't know. I just want to go on the beach, just me and my partner. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wild.
Let's go.
Probably not the response they would usually expect.
No, not at all. I was even asked by a funeral home if I do non-denominational services. Yes. Oh. Absolutely. That's part of being an ordained person when you're non-denominational, is there are people who don't have any specific faith they follow.
But they want to have something special.
But they want to have something special at a celebration of life. So, and they don't want to be the one up there talking, maybe. Some people don't like talking in front of people.
Decidedly not. Yeah.
So, I can provide those services for sure.
That's great. No, and it's such a, especially with that one, I think that a lot of people forget that it's still public speaking to speak at a celebration of life event. There was a time when my mom was talking about how she went to a funeral for somebody who they clearly just hired some random clergyman who that wasn't what he did. And you could tell immediately that it was a very uncomfortable space for him. He was trying to say some nice things about it. Generally, he was being really like vague and generic. And my mom, who is a naturally gifted speaker, she was like, I don't even know this person. And I just know that this needs to be better for whoever this person. Like she was a if I remember the story right, she knew about the person, but she was there to support her friend who had lost the person, and so she was like, I'm taking over. So my mom ended up going up to the front. She excused the guy. She was like, all right, thank you for your service on this. Thank you. I'm going to take it over from here, but you did great. Yes, get out of here.
Exactly.
So then she takes over and she starts inviting people, and she just basically directed it from that moment forward to say, All right. Does anyone here have some special memories that they can share about him? Is there somebody here who knew this, that, and the other? Started naming like specific events of like, does anyone know about this kind of side of that person's life that they can speak on? And so she just started to get people to come up to the microphone and like gave them more intentional direction for it. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, she had a bunch of family members who came over and thanked her for having, because everyone immediately could tell this shift in the event from being this like hassle of a thing you have to attend to being something that had this like, rich depth to it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference that somebody who's really motivated to make it something special has, because all too often we do not. And this is part of my larger criticism on a lot of American culture especially, is that we do not have a good design around the process of getting married, first of all. Mm-hmm. We don't have a good design around what happens when people die. Mm-hmm. And we also don't have a good design around coming of age. We have things like sweet 16s and, other things that we borrow from other cultures like bat mitzvah, bar mitzvah, and quinceañeras and that kind of stuff. But those are like, that's not really, when you do those, it is clearly something that you are borrowing from their culture. We don't have anything that's like an American thing to do to tell a youth, you are now officially recognized as an adult. Yeah. We really don't have a good way to transition people in and out of states of living. Mm-hmm. And so whether it's coming of age, whether it's losing a loved one, or whether it's the union between people, we just don't have a good function for it. And this bothers me, especially for weddings, because I don't know who lost this along the way, but the idea that a couple is the one who should be responsible for getting the couple married is absurd. Because the fact that it is expected that the groom and bride should pay any amount of money for their wedding is so insane, because they're supposed to be young and stupid and penniless, right?
True.
Like, in what world do we think that it makes sense to have someone who is in their at most 20s, usually for like young couples getting married and stuff, in what world does a 20-year-old person have thousands of dollars that they can just spend on a wedding? Like even in my 30s, I still have a hard time with the idea of putting up, the amount of money that people have put up for their weddings, where they'll talk about, $15,000 to $30,000 or something. Sometimes I had a photographer on here who, well, not on here. I was working with a photographer at an event where they said their biggest event was $250,000.
Oh my goodness.
For their wedding.
Wow.
And it's just the amount of ludicrous money that people can spend on these things. And it's like, no, in an age gone by, it was the community's job to get people married. That it was like you would contribute something. It wouldn't have to be monetary, but it would just be like, hey, I have a car you can borrow for your wedding, or I have I'll contribute the alcohol. So it's like that was always the expectation. But now, not only have we flipped it so that the couple pays for the wedding, but we also have this idea of like wedding favors, where now the couple is buying gifts for the guests.
Yeah,
and it's completely backwards.
Yeah. Somewhere along the line, someone said, "I want, I don't know, we're just gonna say horses at my wedding," and the community's like, no.
Right. Yeah.
You're paying for that. Who has the horses that you're getting? Because we don't have horses. Right. And then from there, I think it just, that one bride all of a sudden triggered the next person getting to get married. She's like, well, if she had horses, I want, 1,000,000 flowers. And everyone's like, okay, guys, when did we lose track of what we were doing?
Lost the plot.
Which kind of unfortunately happens everywhere when you realize as things grow and places change and groups age out of certain ways things were done, everything shifts with it.
With all cultural changes like that, there's good and bad, for sure. Where it's like, on the one hand, you have the idea that people could just go and get married. It's like you don't have to make a big fancy celebration. There's tons of people that I've met where they'll just go to the courthouse and get it official, and then they don't need any big fancy party, and they'll have like a house party or something later on with their friends. But then you have the other group of people who do like the more traditional style, make a big fancy celebration and hire all the vendors and spend the thousands of dollars. What we don't tend to have is the old style anymore. It's we've completely dropped off on that. And so we've had some benefits of having the easy way, the customized way, but now we don't have the culturally supported way anymore. And we've completely lost that. And it's tragic to me because I'll have couples who usually the bride is the one who's contacting me. So I'll usually have her say something like she'll apologize because she's doing a lot of DIY stuff for her wedding. And I'm like, that's how it was always supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
It's supposed to be you can afford to customize your wedding. And so if you can afford it, by all means, get a customized exactly the way you want it wedding. If you can't, then you just got to make do and play the ball where it lies. You just got to, and that should be the expected, usual way things are done, is that you do weddings with what you have, not with what you're supposed to get.
And going into debt.
Right. and money problems are like some of the biggest sources of stress for couples.
Yeah. So then you're creating that before you even get married and start the rest of the stresses of life. I know.
It's such a bad way to start out, and it's not something that I can fix as the DJ, because it's like, I mean, that's not my place. I'm not here to tell you how to get married.
No.
But it is just one of those sad observations about the state we're in right now.
I will say, coming from a Latin background, weddings, quinceañeras, not retirement, backyard birth. I mean, we go all out for everything.
Right.
There's no minimalization of anything. We don't know how to make it small. I don't know what that is.
Nothing is never a simple party.
But when my wife and I got married, we at first started with this whole guest list, and as soon as we started, I was like, I'm already overwhelmed.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Just with the pressure of who to invite.
And I'm going, I don't want to go into debt. I don't want to be like everybody else. And so we did it very small, very intimate. Had a little tiny reception in Chicago from our little local Italian restaurant, very small, kept it under minimum, went to the courthouse, went to that. It was amazing. The more intimate thing for me is, what are you going to remember? And I tell this, it's the same thing with even my business. What are you going to remember when you're done with that?
Right.
You want to remember the nice things. You want to remember the fact that you had this wonderful memory with your aunt who you haven't seen in who knows how long. She came in for your wedding and you shared an amazing moment together. Or you shared an amazing moment with your husband-to-be or your wife-to-be or whatever it may be. Or you had a celebration for life with someone, and like you said, it turned out to be this amazing experience. I want those people to remember those things and not go, oh my God, I remember the amount of money that I'm now in debt because of it.
Yeah.
I didn't want that, and I hate that for anybody else. I mean, that's ultimately your choice, but I want to be like, oh my God, I enjoyed every moment of it. Money wasn't that like, oh my God, afterwards now I have this bill and this bill and this bill, and oh my God, what am I going to do?
Right.
Oh my God, there would be no way.
Right. Yeah. It's just way too stressful on that.
And again, not everybody's choice.
If every vendor was a drink, what drink would they be?
Oh, Let's see.
So you got like florist, caterer, DJ,
florist
bar.
Would be a spritz of some kind.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like the bubbly, the cute, you can put the flowers in the whole thing.
Yep. Very artsy.
Very artsy, very cute. The fruit and all, 100% the florist.
Yeah.
The coordinator, be a shot.
Yeah.
It would be a shot.
I doubt any
of the strongest alcohol possible. The DJ, it would really depend on the person, but I feel like they're a party. So they would have to be, they had to be a shot too, to be honest. A lot of DJs I know, they're like, let's go. I'm about the party. So there would be a shot for me too.
Gotta bring the energy.
You gotta bring the energy. So straight alcohol for the coordinator.
Yep.
Something fun and like, maybe even with a sparkler sticking out of it for the DJ. Some kind of shot with like colors, like vibrant and out there. For the bartenders, I don't know. or they can be all over the place. It, again, depends on the person. You can have a very calm bartender where you're like, God, they are so calm, like an old fashioned, very sippable type of person. Or they can be, you know, a kamikaze.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Just you never
You're just
know.
like, oh, this is sweet, this is strong, this is everything all in one.
Might get that tequila in there.
Yeah, everything. A caterer, I would say a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Kind of filled with everything.
Sick. Yeah.
On over like a you know, get the cheese, like make it crazy Bloody Mary.
Right.
The officiant, I don't think they're drinking at all.
Okay, fair. Yep, they're the sober.
They get a
designated
sparkling
driver.
water.
Right. Yep.
The DD.
Yep.
They're like, nope, got to be at my top peak. For the videographer or a photographer, I don't know, I feel like something classic-y, like, you know, maybe a Manhattan, because they're like looking for that, again, the artsier edge of it, so a little craftier of a cocktail. So I would say that, like a Manhattan or a smoked old-fashioned even. So it's very crafty, make it fun, but also very artful.
So I've seen a lot of the times you'll have the wedding party will go over at some point to do like a shot together. So I'm curious from your perspective, is there a tradition or drinking like activity or something that you wish more people would do, that where you're just like, oh man, that's such a fun thing. I wish more parties would have this.
You know, as far as so far the weddings I've done, the only ones that have asked for shots are the Latin ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Not to say anything bad, but we like to drink. And it's usually tequila shots. It's usually tequila shots are the shot to do. That's just always been involved with weddings, Latin weddings. It's just a thing.
Can't help it.
You can't help it. So honestly, I don't know. I would love to find something different. I would love to learn. I have not experienced yet a specific maybe shot or tradition with that. I mean, other than the tequila shots, which happens all the time. That's pretty much.
The only ones that I can think of is that where, and if I ever see it, I always start playing shots by a foul. It's mandatory.
Yes.
But the other one that I've seen is if you play Thunderstruck, sometimes people will make a game out of somebody must always be in the action of drinking throughout the entirety of the song.
Oh.
So you just each take turns like drinking a drink. And when you run out, somebody else has to start. And so they have to go to the bar to get the refill of the drink that they just finished so that by the time everyone else has gone around, you'll have a drink again. And so that's another drinking game that I've seen. So I'm always looking to see if anybody has any other games like that, because I've never seen them do it with anything else. Yeah,
I've never seen that one. I'd be kind of cool. I would like to see that. That's kind of cool.
I'm sure you could probably find videos on YouTube if you want to see people doing it. But I had played Thunderstruck for a lot of other parties and they had never done that. And then I think I've seen that happen at like 3 or 4. And I was like, oh, this is a thing. This isn't just one group came up with it randomly. It's like that's actually something that people will do. And that's to Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
If I hear that at the next one I go to, I'm going to be like, oh, there it is. I'm looking. I'm going to be like, okay, what do we got to do? Let's go.
Gotta watch. Let's make it happen. You could even suggest it to the
I'm gonna definitely. They say they're heavy drinkers, then I'll say if they say lighter, I'm going to be like, this is not for you.
Not for you. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking so. What is the Macarena of drinks? When people come up to me at a wedding and they ask for the Macarena, what is the same equivalent for you, do you think?
That is definitely the margarita.
The margarita.
I get nonstop.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know. Or a vodka cranberry. And that's usually because they don't know what to order.
Got it.
It's like, oh, I'll have a margarita. And then I'm like, that's a lot of margaritas. And we have a whole...
Right. There's a rest of the bar.
There's a rest. There's a menu here and it's all pretty. Right. And, and then it's like, and then I ask sometimes too, I'm like, did you really want a margarita? Or maybe you were looking for something else? Yeah. I don't know what to order. I'm like, gotcha.
Now we're getting.
But yeah, margarita and the very simple vodka cranberry.
Makes sense.
From anybody going up to a bar and being like, mobile bar, or the what do you have? Then I'm like, Vanna White moment here.
Right, yeah.
I have anything, depending on, of course, the bar. I have anything you can think of. There's beer, there's wine. Here's the cocktail list of their specialty cocktails. But also, I have a plethora of things here. I can make you something if you're not sure. And then you go into the whole sweet, not sweet. What, what do you like? What if you even drink?
I love it.
But then you also catch the underage people that way too.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. They're just ordering the one alcoholic drink they know the name to.
Yeah, and then I'm like, so do you have an ID? And they're like,
dang it.
Yeah, so would you like a water or a soda?
Amazing.
Or I'm just turned 21. I have no idea what I like. I got you.
Yeah. I've wondered about some people out on the dance floor. I'm just like, I'm just gonna assume that the bartender carded you, Gardy. So
Yeah.
I'm
pretty, I wouldn't say hardcore strict, but I am very aware of that because I'm liable.
Right.
So yes, I have my insurance and everything, but just as any physical bar is liable, I'm also liable.
Right.
So I make sure that if someone seems underage, I'm going to say, hey, do you have your ID with you? Well, no, it's a wedding. I didn't bring it with me in my purse.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, you look very young, which is a wonderful thing.
Right.
Keep that going.
Take it as a compliment.
But unfortunately, you look very young. I unfortunately cannot serve you because I can't,
Yeah.
Well, my mom says I can't do that.
You can drink the drink out of your mom's hand.
Yeah, but not from me directly. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to tell her that. I'm just going to be like, sorry. And then I love when, you get the cute kids running up. I'll have a beer. And I'm like,
right.
You'll have a Sprite.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, man.
One alcohol for me, please.
Yeah. And I'm like, they're like, oh, man. And I'm like, guys, that is adorable, but no.
Right. No, thank you. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Oh, man. Okay. So one of my near the end questions that I always want to open up the floor to, I have two. So one is, what has been one of the biggest lessons you've learned in business? Now, being as that you've been around for 10 months, you can also extrapolate this to just in your work, professional career, if that's easier to find something that's been like a big lesson that you've really appreciated. And the other is a big lesson in life that you're glad to have learned, or that was hard for you to learn that you've picked up now. So those are the two. You can start whichever one, and we'll just do the other one after.
So definitely one of the lessons I have learned so far in business in general, but in the 10 months, is not everyone is your customer. Not everyone is your client.
Got to be picky.
You do have to be picky.
Yeah.
And not just that, but like you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's also been the kind of the hardest hurdle to overcome in both of those aspects.
Yeah.
Because I come from an industry in my full-time job where I'm providing a service that I have to make you happy.
Right. So
coming to the aspect of like, wow, like that was a huge thing for me. I have to make sure that this person is happy with what's going on. And it was difficult in the beginning to have that worry like, oh my God, if I'm not perfect,
right,
what's going to happen?
If they don't hire me, it means I'm unlovable.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, what did I do wrong that they didn't want to hire me?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been getting over that, and I've come to the other side of that already. And it kind of ties hand in hand with just not everyone is my customer.
Yeah.
And it's okay if they don't pick you.
Right.
It goes hand in hand, and learning that lesson and understanding like, be picky about who you do business with, but also don't be upset if they don't choose you. It's okay. You'll get the next one.
Right. So. Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You're going to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. And frankly, you don't want to have every customer either.
No.
It goes in both directions where it's
Yeah.
like, there are some people where you just have such a conflict with, you are going to have a miserable time trying to work with that person.
Yeah. And then ultimately, you don't want to make yourself miserable in something that you love and something that you're creating.
Yeah, that's how you get burned out on something like that. And you don't want that for yourself.
No. So, that's something, and I'll continue to learn it as just part. It rotates. It's like, oh, I'm good. Everything's great. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, why didn't they choose me? What did I do wrong? Right. And then you're like, dang it, I didn't do anything wrong. That's okay.
Am I not enough? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so what about in life in general? Like for you as a person, what's been a big lesson that you have learned over your years that you're either thankful to have learned, it was a hard thing for you to learn, or something you wish more people had learned? Or like what's something like that that's like a big thing for you?
Patience.
Fair.
And, I have learned, taken a long time, but I've learned patience. It's a very hard lesson to learn.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And you're constantly relearning it all the time.
Right.
But it's patience. Patience for yourself as you grow and learn maybe a new endeavor or opening your own business for the very first time. Like, have patience with yourself.
Yeah.
You deserve that, to learn all the ins and outs of what you're doing, and having, maybe not being perfect right out the gate, and being patient with the people that you may or may not work with.
Right. In ye olden English, there was a synonym for patience, which was long suffering. It meant the same concept, but it definitely expresses it in more vivid language, where sometimes that's how patience works, is the idea that you're just able to push through the initial shock of something that makes you want to react, and having to have the composure and poise to carry yourself through that kind of a thing. Was there a particular time that made you realize that was something you needed to have, or is that?
I mean, yeah, like right in the beginning, I didn't have patience with myself, and I was like, why am I not having this happen? Why is this not happening? I was beginning to doubt myself because I didn't have patience with myself.
Yeah.
Nobody jumps out of the gate going, here's everything perfect and it's going to be done,
And now you're making $1 million a year.
Yeah, and everything's great. And I knew that, but I think because I've done this for other people and helped them build stuff, I'm like, well, what the heck? Why can't I do it for myself?
Yeah.
But it just wasn't that. It was, I had to take a moment and just go, okay, I need to have patience with myself.
Yeah.
I need to take a step back and go, it is okay. Breathe, take it step by step, and everything will be okay.
You're allowed to be a student. You're allowed to be new to something and not be good at it.
Yeah. Have, just give yourself a little grace, have patience with yourself. And I think you'll go farther when you allow that to happen than you were to kind of just go at it and go, no, I have, everything has to happen now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. It especially in the culture we live in, everybody knows it's a very fast paced, instant gratification based society, and the phones aren't helping. So it's just, we are constantly training ourselves for immediate resolution to difficulties, and that's never going to help anybody.
No.
I just had a thought, and it's completely unrelated.
Yeah.
But have you ever considered having some kind of like a school or training program or other like educational, like how to bartend, any of that kind of stuff? Has that ever crossed your mind?
Yeah, recently I actually did a Facebook post to people and said, I had a thought about doing like a bartending class.
Yeah.
Have your couple friends together and we do a cocktail that you choose for that night, and I teach you how to make it and you have a good time, kind of a thing. You learn a little trick if you want to do this at home, type of a thing.
How to shake the shaker.
How to garnish it, make it cool. So I was thinking about that, and I did a post and I said, would you guys be interested if I added that to my services? Cocktail night, learn how to make a cocktail.
That sounds like a fun time.
It sounds like a fun time. Yeah. So it's something I'm definitely thinking about adding. I had some good feedback. So I think I'm going to push forward with it. We'll see.
Yeah. So I was envisioning the way I imagine it is like you could make some pretty easy YouTube content if you were to find a way to record yourself so that people are like aware when watching the video that there is an audience who's watching you, but they don't have to be on screen, so they can like reserve their privacy or whatnot. But then you could have like yourself like it's a cooking show, and you could do the thing. It's like that feels like it could be pretty cool. And then
so when I first started, the first 5 months, I did TikTok.
Okay.
And I did do that, where I would just make the cocktails and then have it on TikTok. But unfortunately, it didn't really track. I don't know. Maybe I should have put it on YouTube. I'm not sure.
You weren't using a samurai sword to cut the ice cubes
Right.
and stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. I wasn't able to, get the samurai sword that day.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, I'm like, it's not like it's getting here and there, but it wasn't really kind of going the way I was hoping. So, and plus, let me tell you, working a full-time job, having this as that, doing this on the weekends when I have gigs coming up, and then try to make content, as you know, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where, I was making 3, 4, 5 videos a week, having to edit them and put them up. It became a lot. And for someone small business, and other people I'm sure have felt that, if you don't have the time, it's really hard to be able to put out really great stuff.
Yes.
And I don't want to put out mediocre.
Absolutely.
So
no, and that's really important. There's really 2 schools of thought, right? Which is that you either put out constant garbage or you put out periodic high quality. Yeah. And the people who put out constant garbage are very much contributing to the erosion of society. They might make money in it, but that's why I started to coin the term blood money when it comes to just like, there's tons of ways that you can harm civilization and make money doing it. It doesn't have to be like going to war. You could just make slop content and just make lots of it, and that will still erode society just as much. But the more sustainable and honestly more personally fulfilling way is to make high quality content and just try to make it, as frequently as you can. Yes. But the quality should come first for sure.
So it's something definitely in the back of my mind to kind of reestablish at some point. Mm-hmm. When I have a little bit more time, I'll be able to make some quality stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I enjoyed it, but that was a whole thing too for me, is getting myself on camera.
Right.
That's the other thing, is that was something I had to overcome as well, as my face out into the public.
I feel
and recording content and feeling okay again with that, like, oh no.
Well, especially when you watch yourself on camera, it's the worst.
It is.
Like you sound so much nicer in your own head. You don't feel like you were looking at the person funny or looking at the camera funny, and then you go and you're like editing it and you're like, what is that face I'm making?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. So that's something I've started to overcome as well. I'll get there eventually, but so I would love to do something really cool eventually in the future. So I have a couple things up on the back of my head, kind of up my sleeve that, in the coming months.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. You never know what might pop up.
Right. No, that's awesome. Speaking of staying tuned, go ahead and take a look at the camera. Tell people how they can find you, where to interact with you, what to look forward to, that kind of stuff.
So you can find me at Citrus and Sage Mobile on Instagram and Facebook. My website is also on there. It's Citrus and Sage Mobile .square.com. And then you can honestly find me a lot of networking around Bradenton and Sarasota. I'm usually at a lot of different events here and there, so you might catch me somewhere else.
Perfect. And of course, I'll also include a lot of those links down under the description of my YouTube video. So if you're watching on YouTube, then you can just click on the description. You'll see the links for that down there. With that said, Nicole, thank you so much for having me at the time. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much.